I'm about to give you a new beginning in your life. This is not a fleeting illusion or a hollow hope. It is a promise flowing directly from my heart to yours. I, the Lord your God, have witnessed every tear you've shed when no one else could see. I have stood by your side through the darkest nights, when you felt the weight of the world pressing down on you. I did not overlook your prayers or the quiet thoughts you whispered in desperation. And now, in this very moment, I speak clearly to you. This message is no coincidence. You did not stumble upon it by chance. I send it to you. I have been guiding your steps to this point, working in your life in ways you may not yet understand. Soon, the day will come when your tears will cease, not because you have grown indifferent, but because you will begin to see, one by one, how I have answered your cries. I am the God who listens, who comforts, who transforms, and who makes a way in the wilderness. Though you have felt invisible, forgotten, and at times, even worthless, I want you to know that you are precious in my sight. You are not a burden, and you are not alone. Even in the moments when you didn't recognize it, I have carried you in my arms. When you thought all was lost, I was busy writing the opening chapters of something new. You will find your refuge in me, not in things that fade, nor in the arms of people who sometimes fail, but in my eternal love, which never falters. My love for you is unbreakable. It will surround you like a mantle of protection, like a flame that won't burn you, like a fortress that cannot be shaken. I am restoring the broken pieces, healing what has been wounded, and lifting you from where you have fallen. You cannot yet imagine the plans I have for you. They are plans for your good, for a future filled with hope. Even if you can't see it now, it is already on its way. Nothing can thwart the plans I have spoken over your life. Not your past, not your mistakes, not the judgments others may pass. When the road seems too tough and the darkness surrounds you, remember this: I am with you. You are not walking this journey alone. I have been your light in the storm, your refuge in the cold, and your guide when you didn't know where to turn. You do not need to understand every detail. You need to trust. I am your Father, and my thoughts are far beyond your own. What feels like a loss to you now, you will soon see as a step toward a far greater blessing. Do not disregard this word. Do not close your heart to this message. This could be your last chance to hear me speak to you in such a direct and personal way. I have touched your life many times before, but today, I have chosen to speak to you plainly, with tenderness and with urgency. Do not let this moment slip away. I am the one who opens doors no man can shut. I am the one who gives life when all seems lost. Listen closely, for I am calling you. I am near, closer than you can imagine, and there is so much more I need to reveal to you. Hear carefully what I speak today. You are not here by accident, and these words are not mere letters on a page. It is I, your God, who is calling you in this very moment. I have seen your journey, every weary step you have taken, every sigh of pain, every prayer you whispered through your tears. You have walked through dark valleys where you thought you would never see light again. But today, I, the Most High, say to you, your path is about to take a turn, one that you did expect, one you couldn't have imagined, one that will lead you to joy and fulfillment far beyond your understanding. You did not come across this message by accident. This is your confirmation, the answer your soul has been longing for. Everything will be well. Yes, I say to you with heavenly authority, everything will be well. I'm opening a path for you right now, one that no one can close. though to your natural eyes it may seem like doors are shut. In my kingdom, they have already been opened. What seemed blocked, stuck, or delayed will begin to move by my power. But you must trust it. Do not judge by what you can see with your eyes. What I am doing in the supernatural is already in motion. Even now, as you hear this word, angels are working on your behalf. Be cautious of what occupies your mind during these challenging times. The enemy will always try to distract you, to sow doubt, and make you feel isolated or like all is lost. But I urge you today, focus on your spiritual growth. Do not waste time dwelling on what you lack. Lift your eyes and see what I am building within you. Every pain you've endured was not in vain. Every loss has had a purpose. I am purifying your faith, refining it like gold in fire, and soon you will see the fruit of your endurance. I am about to bring significant progress to your life. I'm moving you toward a destiny greater than you've imagined, a destiny I prepared for you long before you were born. You do not need to fear, and you do not need to live in anxiety. If you surrender your life into my hands, you will see that I am faithful. I will never leave you in solitude, and I will never abandon you in the storm. I am your refuge, your strong tower, your protective shield. When the world trembles, you will stand firm because your foundation is in me. I desire to bless you abundantly, not just in material things, but in every part of your being. My will is to prosper you in all areas of life, financially, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. Yes, my child, I have seen the struggles you face. I know how many battles you fought in silence, how often you've given your all without receiving anything in return. But now I declare, you have fought enough. You have sown in tears, and now you will reap in joy. It is time for you to experience my miracles, not just one, not just two, but a downpour of miracles that will testify of my power to those who doubted you. Lift your head, for your redemption is drawing near. The season of lack is coming to a close. Your heart will be healed, your strength will be renewed. You will no longer walk in fear or insecurity, for my Spirit will be with you every step of the way. This is the beginning of something truly glorious. Believe, for I am the God who keeps every promise I make. May my peace envelop you now, and may my blessings follow you throughout your life. Receive it. Walk in faith. Know that I am with you. I have seen everything you've endured. Nothing has escaped my notice. Every difficult day, every sleepless night, every moment when you felt you could not continue, I was there, quietly present. And even when you couldn't understand my timing or ways, I never stopped working behind the scenes. The heartbreaks you suffered, the disappointments you've experienced, and the doors that closed without explanation, all are part of the purpose I've set for your life. Nothing has been in vain. Even what seemed like failure, I have been using to bring you closer to my will. Everything in my plan has significance, even if you don't grasp it right now. I have already begun to move the pieces that will shift your destiny. You don't need all the answers. Simply trust me with each step. I have ordered everything from above, and it will manifest here below. What now feels like loss will one day stand as testimony. What the enemy intended to destroy you with, I will turn into the very tool that lifts you up. I do not work in haste or improvisation. Every season of your life, every person who came and left, every word that has touched your soul, none of it happened by chance. In the midst of all of it, my hand has been carefully shaping you. It is now that you will begin to understand why I had to close certain paths. I was protecting you from what you couldn't yet see. There were blessings I didn't give you before because you weren't ready to let go of what no longer served you. But I am not condemning you. I am loving you with eternal patience, guiding you toward deeper places, toward a maturity that cannot be gained through comfort, but through surrender. Your heart, which has been bruised and burdened, will be healed. I am the one who heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. I am ushering in a time of renewal for you. Where there was sadness, I will bring joy. Where there was devastation, I will rebuild strong foundations. I have decreed over you days of abundance, not as the world defines it, but an abundance that will touch your spirit, your body, your emotions, your home, and your purpose. There is a spiritual awakening I have prepared for you. You will no longer resist. My presence will surround you in such a way that everything not aligned with me will begin to leave your life, and you won't have to force it. I have set before you new opportunities, paths you never thought possible, healthy relationships that will bring blessings instead of burdens, and resources that will come in ways you didn't anticipate. I am the one who provides, the one who opens windows in the heavens, the one who multiplies when everything seems to be in scarcity. I am breaking every chain of oppression, silencing every voice of condemnation, and removing every thought that kept you bound to what I have already conquered on the cross. You do not need to earn my favor. I have already extended it to you by grace. Simply remain in me. Allow my truth to set you free and transform you from the inside out. Even though the storm has not yet calmed, I am speaking to the winds. Even though the external circumstances have not changed immediately, something has already shifted within you, and that is what truly matters. Once you are firmly rooted in who I am, nothing will be able to tear you down. Not rejection, not loneliness, not lack. All of that is being removed, replaced by my peace, my love, and my guidance. Soon, you will begin to see clearly what once confused you, not through your own effort, but because I have chosen to reveal what was hidden. There will be revelation, understanding, and wisdom. You will walk with certainty. You will no longer wander aimlessly, as one without direction, because I am your guide. Every step will be led by me. Every decision you make will be backed by my hand. I am with you. That has never changed, and it never will. I have seen how your heart has searched for answers the world could not provide. External voices have clouded your thoughts, and paths that seemed straight have led to dead ends. But now, it is time for you to know something deeper, something that transcends everything you've experienced so far. I am planting within you a conviction that is not reliant on your circumstances. I no longer want your peace to depend on whether everything is in perfect order, nor your joy to be dictated by what you possess or lack. I am building something eternal within you, something that no storm can ever destroy. Many have tried to define who you are, some with good intentions, others with harshness, and that has left its marks on you. But their words do not carry the weight of the authority that I possess. I have given you a name that cannot be erased, an identity that cannot be lost. You are not defined by your mistakes, nor by the labels others have placed upon you. You have been chosen, not because of your strength, but because of my purpose for you. And within that purpose, I will establish you and make you firm. There are battles that have drained you because they were never meant to be your fight. You have carried burdens that I never asked you to carry. You have held on to relationships, situations, and worries that were meant to be laid in my hands. But now, I am going to show you how to truly rest. This rest will not only be physical, but it will penetrate your soul, free your mind, and restore the peace you lost in your constant striving. I am quietly removing what no longer belongs with you in this new season. Even if you don't fully understand it, I am protecting you, for what is ahead requires space and lightness. You cannot move at the pace I have set for you if you continue to hold on to what has already served its purpose. This is not loss, it is transition. It is not rejection, it is redirection. Embrace what I am doing with humility, and you will see how every act of letting go opens up new understanding. I will lead you down paths that will refresh your spirit. There will be new connections, new environments, and new beginnings, not from your own striving, but from my sovereign will. You do not need to force open any doors. I will open them at the exact right time. All I ask of you is obedience. I am not calling you to understand every step, but to trust that each step I direct holds a purpose, and that purpose will be revealed in its time. The wisdom I am imparting to you is far from ordinary. It is wisdom that comes directly from above, wisdom that does not seek the spotlight but instead brings about true transformation. I am teaching you to discern, to see beyond the surface, and to listen attentively to what others often overlook. This is not just a phase of preparation. It is a divine assignment. There are tasks that only you will be able to complete because you have been shaped through brokenness, and it is in that very place that resilient hearts are built. Throughout this entire journey, you will not be left without protection. Every step will be covered. There will be no lack, no emptiness, and no chaos that prevails. Even when you cannot feel my presence, know that I am upholding you. I do not operate based on your emotions. I move according to my faithfulness. I do not require perfection to act. I only need your willingness to follow me. When you choose to walk under my guidance, even your missteps are transformed into progress toward something greater. I have replaced your anxiety with peace. I have planted purpose in places where you once saw nothing but confusion. You will begin to witness new fruits in your life, fruits that are not accidental but are the result of your obedience. Everything I plant will thrive. It doesn't matter how long it has taken. The time spent waiting has never been wasted. If you are within my will, there is still much I have yet to reveal to you. My work in you is far from finished, and it has not yet reached the fullness of my plan for you. But do not stop now. What you're experiencing now is only the beginning of something far greater than anything you've known so far. There will be moments when everything seems to halt, when doors remain closed and words stay locked inside your heart. I know those silences well. They are not signs of abandonment, but sacred pauses where I am molding the deepest parts of you. It is not that I have turned away. In the silence, I am teaching you to look beyond the surface, to recognize my hand even when you cannot feel it in the moment. I am not punishing you when things seem delayed. I am perfecting what I have started in you. What appears as a delay is, in fact, preparation. I have allowed certain situations to unfold slowly because there are aspects within you that needed to grow and mature. My intention is not simply to provide you with answers. I want to give you deep, lasting roots. I desire for you to be firm in your faith, unwavering in times of uncertainty, and confident even when resources seem lacking. Faith that only stands when everything is going well is incomplete. I am cultivating within you a trust that cannot be shaken, a peace that does not rely on immediate outcomes but on my ever-present guidance. The restlessness you have been feeling recently is not an accident. It is my spirit stirring within you, preparing your inner being for what is to come. I am removing the distractions that once held your attention but can no longer accompany you in this process. The people, habits, and thoughts that drained you are losing their power over you, not because you made the decision alone, but because I am aligning everything within you to fit the design I've prepared. It is time to release what once seemed necessary but no longer nourishes your spirit. There is a cleansing taking place within you, not as a punishment, but to position you for what I have ahead. I am purifying your motives, intentions, and priorities. I am revealing what truly matters, so you do not waste time on things that hold no eternal value, things that do not build or edify or bear fruit. All of those distractions will begin to fade away, and although at first it may be difficult for you to let go, you will soon experience the freedom that comes with releasing what has only been taking up space. I am planting a vision within you, a vision that extends far beyond the present moment. It is not solely for your benefit. It is meant to have impact, to bring influence, and to stand as a testimony. There are people who will be reached through you not because of what you say, but because of what you reflect. And what you will reflect is my character, my compassion, and my power. I do not only want to bless you, I want to use you. And to use you effectively, I must form you deeply. The anointing I am placing upon your life is not light. It comes with great responsibility, purpose, and a specific mission that no one else can fulfill for you. Do not compare yourself to others. Do not measure your journey against those who seem to be advancing faster. I work with each person in their own way. The path I have designed for you has its own pace, its own lessons, and its own destination. There are blessings that will not arrive before their time, for to receive them too soon would only burden you. I do not give to impress. I give to build. And everything I give you, I entrust to you to steward with wisdom. Seasons change, and your season is about to be transformed. Cycles are closing with honor, not with pain, but with growth. What is coming will not be a mere repeat of the past, but something entirely new. Do not compare it, do not limit it, and do not taint it with old doubts. Allow me to do the new thing in you with full freedom. If you trust in what I am doing now, even if you cannot yet see it, even if you do not fully understand it, I promise you that the outcome will be far more glorious than you expect. Everything that is born of me carries my eternal seal, and what I seal, no one can revoke. Long before you even understood who you were, I had already placed within you an eternal purpose, a purpose not defined by titles, achievements, or human recognition, but one that is born from my will, pure, firm, and filled with divine meaning. You are not here to simply survive each day or to fall into empty routines that drain your spirit. You were created to carry my light in the midst of a darkening world, to be an instrument of truth in a time where confusion reigns. This is why I have allowed you to go through processes others may not have experienced. It is not injustice, it is preparation. I do not want you to live according to the world's definition of success. I am breaking old patterns and redefining what it means to advance, to grow, to prosper. Prosperity is not always about accumulation. Often, it is about learning to let go. Growth is not always about rising higher, but about digging deeper. Advancement does not always look like moving forward, but like standing firm in faith when everything around you is shaking. That is the maturity I am cultivating in you because I do not want you to stay on the surface. I am taking you into deeper waters. In the midst of the noise, I am still speaking. In the midst of the voices pushing you to make rushed decisions, I am whispering guidance. But to hear me clearly, you must silence the chaos you have allowed within. Not every thought that enters your mind comes from me. Some thoughts are planted by fear, by past wounds, and by human opinions you've accepted as truth. Today I come to uproot those lies. I come to replace the distortions with my truth. I am restoring your sense of worth, not based on what you do, but on who you are in my presence. I love you not for what you accomplish, but because you belong to me. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone. You do not have to compete. You do not have to impress. What I have placed within you is authentic, sufficient, and unique. No one can replace the role you hold in my design. And though the world may have made you feel as though you are not enough, today, I affirm you. In me, you are already complete. I am also giving you a new perspective on others. I am removing the bitterness that past betrayals have left in your heart, cleansing your vision so that you can look upon others with mercy. I do not want you to move forward carrying hidden resentment or building walls that keep you isolated from those I've placed in your life. There are relationships I will heal, and there are others I will close forever. But in all of them, I am working so that your heart may be free, free to love without fear, free to trust again, but with discernment, free to live without the burden of constantly protecting yourself from everything. I will be your defense. I will guard your back. I am placing a new authority upon you. This authority does not come with shouting or control, but with meekness and truth. Wherever you go, you will carry an atmosphere of change. When you speak, it will not only be your words but my spirit speaking through you. I will use you in simple conversations, in small gestures, in the most ordinary moments, and without even realizing it, you will become an answer for others. What once seemed insignificant to you will become the very thing I use to create an impact. In my kingdom, the small is powerful, the weak is strong, and the last shall be first. I am also preparing you to manage what is coming. I do not want you to receive blessings without knowing how to steward them. I will teach you wisdom, how to recognize the right time to sow and the right time to reap, the right time to speak and the right time to remain silent. What you once struggled to manage, you will now handle with maturity. What you once overlooked or wasted, you will now value with purpose. Every resource I place in your hands carries eternal significance, and nothing you receive is by accident. Do not look toward the future with fear. Even if you do not yet see the full picture, trust that what you need for the next step has already been provided. I am not asking you to rush. I am asking you to move forward with faithfulness. As you walk, the direction will become clear. What feels incomplete today, I will finish. What feels weak within you, I will strengthen. I do not abandon the work of my hands, and you, my child, are my masterpiece. I am bringing order to what has long been disorganized. In the areas where confusion has reigned, I will establish structure. Where anxiety once took hold, certainty will now reign. Not everything will change in an instant, but you will begin to feel the stability that only my presence can provide. The emptiness that no other source could fill will now be satisfied by my fullness. I am not only concerned with the external, I am restoring you from the deepest parts of your being. The roots of your life are being strengthened so that nothing and no one can shake what I am establishing in you. I have heard your innermost thoughts, the ones you have kept hidden from others. I know the fears you have kept quiet and the desires you have buried deep within. And I assure you none of them have escaped my attention. Do not be deceived into thinking I have ignored your cries. I have been working from the very first moment, and now I am aligning everything so that what once seemed far off will soon draw near. I am accelerating processes that once seemed stagnant, and even if you cannot understand the pace at which things are moving, you will know that everything is being guided by my perfect hand. I am also awakening new passions within you. Areas of your life you thought were forgotten will come alive again. Ideas, gifts, talents, and callings. Everything that once seemed dormant will begin to stir again because nothing I placed within you was ever in vain. What seemed extinguished, I will rekindle. What you thought was lost, I will restore. What was broken, I will heal completely. I am lighting a flame in you that cannot be snuffed out, and that light will shine brightly for many, even in the darkest times.